Welcome to V Daily News, where idol stories light up our hearts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment as a sign of your love. Today, we'll be covering heartfelt moments from the world's most influential group, BTS, specifically their two biggest stars, Kim Taehyung, known as V, and the wise older brother, Jin. Let's follow this story until the end, because there are profound lessons we can learn from it. At the top of the K-pop world, BTS's name soars like a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. These 7 talented young men have not only stolen the world's attention with their work, but also with the deep relationships they have with each other. Among them, there's V, the owner of the charming gaze and soul-stirring voice. But even the brightest stars sometimes fade, and that's when Jin, the loving older brother, comes with a heart-rending message. In an interview that was supposed to be all about their journey, something extraordinary happened. The interview became a small stage for Jin to deliver a special message to his younger brother, V. The atmosphere began to change when Jin spoke in an emotional tone, softly calling V's name, Taehyung. He continued in a voice that sounded shaky, as if every word he said carried the weight of deep love and concern. "I know how hard you work. You always try to make everyone around you happy, even if it means ignoring your own feelings. But listen to me, Taehyung. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel weak. And remember this, you are not alone. We are here, always here, for you." Jin's words were like an invisible hug that reached out to V's heart. The charismatic star, who usually kept his emotions in check in front of the camera, fell silent. Tears began to well up in his eyes, a sight that ARMY rarely saw. In that moment, time seemed to stop. Even the crew in the room felt the deep emotional vibrations. V finally looked up, his eyes glistening with tears that he could no longer hold back. In a voice that sounded like it was trying to be strong, he replied, "Hyung, thank you. Your words really mean a lot to me. I will always remember them." The scene not only touched V, but also the millions of fans watching. Armies from all over the world shared their own stories about how Jin's message was a reminder that strength doesn't always mean going through everything alone. Sometimes true strength is found in the courage to ask for help, in the courage to admit that we are human too. This moment was proof that behind the glitz and glamour of the stage and the spotlight, the members of BTS are a family. They are 7 young men who care for each other, love each other, and support each other. Jin, with his simple but meaningful words, not only strengthened V but also inspired the world to value genuine relationships. After that moment, the atmosphere changed to a quieter one. V's usually confident face now showed a different side of himself, a more fragile yet human side. Jin, who has always been known as a humorous and cheerful figure, showed the depths of his heart as a truly caring older brother. The silence didn't create an awkwardness, but instead brought a warmth that was hard to put into words. For fans, the moment was a reminder that the relationship between the BTS members was more than just a professional partnership. They were brothers who had grown together, through thick and thin, from a small stage to global stardom. Jin was not just speaking to V, but to anyone who had ever felt tired or burdened by the expectations they had for themselves. As the camera continued to roll, V was seen wiping away tears, but a small smile began to appear on his face. It was a sign that Jin's words had touched his heart. For V, who is often considered a charming and unwavering figure, this was a moment where he felt seen and loved for who he was, without having to hide his weaknesses. The reaction from fans around the world was overwhelming. Many shared their own stories of struggling with the pressures of life and how Jin's words inspired them to open up more to those closest to them. Social media was filled with messages of support, not just for V, but for all the members of BTS, who have become role models for millions. Behind the camera and overwhelming popularity, BTS are living proof that a team's strength comes not only from talent or hard work, but also from relationships based on affection and trust. This moment shows that even amidst the glitz and glamour of the entertainment world, genuine friendship remains at the heart of their success. Jin's words also remind us of the importance of speaking from the heart. In a world often filled with fakery, sincerity has the power to touch the soul. There is nothing more precious than knowing that we are loved, even when we feel imperfect. That night, after the interview was over, the BTS members reconvened in the break room. According to several crew members, Jin and V were seen talking for a while longer, with small laughs and smiles now adorning their faces. Their relationship, which has existed since the beginning of BTS's career, was strengthened again by this emotional moment. As the oldest in the group, Jin often feels responsible for looking after his younger siblings. But that night, he became not only an older brother, but also a friend who reminded us that life doesn't have to be lived alone. A lesson that all of us, wherever we are, can reflect on and apply in our daily lives. This moment is also a reflection for ARMY to appreciate the people closest to them more. Every relationship has its own meaning, and sometimes, with just a few simple words, we can bring a sense of security and happiness to others. Jin shows that small but sincere actions can have a big impact. For 5, Jin's words may be a lifelong reminder. As a star who is always under pressure to perform perfectly, he now knows that he has a place to return to, a family that loves him unconditionally. Jin has taught him, and all of us, that it's okay to be yourself, even in the most difficult times. And for the world, this moment is another proof that BTS is more than just a music group. They are a symbol of friendship, love, and humanity. With every step they take, they teach their fans to be more caring, stronger, and braver to accept their own weaknesses. That's probably one of the main reasons why BTS is so beloved. They not only provide amazing music, but also heartfelt messages. In every song, interview, or small moment like this, they show that they're not that different from us. When the video of the interview was released, responses from ARMYs around the world poured in. They highlighted how Jin and V's interaction taught them such a valuable life lesson. Many said that this moment was one of the reasons they continued to support BTS. To this day, this story is remembered as one of the most heartfelt moments in BTS's history. A moment that not only shows their closeness, but also shows that the greatest strength often comes from the simplest things. A loving word, a sincere hug, or just being there when we need it. Jin and V's story is a reminder that life is a journey that we don't have to take alone. There is always someone out there who cares, who is willing to listen, and who will say, "You're not alone. I'm here for you." Continuing from this touching story, Jin and V show us all that a genuine and loving relationship is the foundation of any meaningful journey in life. Jin's simple message to V not only empowers V as an individual, but also reminds us that in a stressful world, having someone who cares can be the greatest source of strength. This moment is not just about BTS, but about how a deep connection can change a person's life. Over time, this moment has been remembered by fans and has become a symbol of how BTS, behind the glitz of their popularity, remain down to earth as individuals who support each other. This story teaches us to never be afraid to show our vulnerable side, because that's part of our strength as humans. And for V, Jin's message is a timeless reminder. He is never alone. There is love, there is family, and there is a world that will always support him. So, let's take this lesson to heart. In life's challenging journey, never hesitate to lean on the people who love us. Like Jin to V, there is always someone who will say, "You are not alone. We are here for you."
They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any